Hello friends, thanks for joining me for our full body Pilates sesh today. Nothing needed, just you, your body and your mat, and this is suitable for all bodies including our preggies. So we're going to start in standing today. Let's stand with those feet directly underneath your hips, plenty of space in front of you, toes square to the front, soft bend in the knees, and just let your arms go nice and floppy by your side. All right, we're going to take a deep bend in the knees as we inhale, reach your arms out nice and wide up to the ceiling. And then take a wide reach as the arms lower down. We'll do two more deep breaths like that. Inhale, reach. And exhale, arms travel wide and down. One more, inhale, reach to the ceiling. And then exhale, reach those arms out wide to the side, tuck that chin. Let's take a forward fold. Let your body shift forward, so feel that body weight transfer into your forefeet. Now soften your knees enough so that your fingertips find the floor. Just take a little body rock forward and back. Feel that weight shift into the forefeet, back into the heels. You'll feel that stretch really deepen as you transfer that weight forward and back. And then kind of find that midpoint there. Drop that head, that torso a bit heavier, and take a little saucy walk. So you bend one knee, drive the other knee back, allowing those hips to shift a little from side to side. Let's take 3 more. And 2, keep letting that head hang heavy. Last one. And then softening both knees, let's walk it forward just briefly to your plank, so you have hands underneath those shoulders, legs nice and long, and then pike those hips to ceiling. So we really fold that chest in towards your thighs, drop the heels, and then let's shift forward to that plank again. So we just pause there, trying not to sink into that lower back, and then pike those hips back up, drop the heels. So just loading up through those shoulders, warming up across your chest, through your belly. Let's go for 2 more. Might get a few little clicks and cracks, the toes, the ankles. Loosening up as we go. Last one. Then let's pike those hips to the ceiling and take a pedal there. Try and take that stretch even deeper than in that forward fold position. So really drop one heel, and each time you drop, get that chest into your thighs. Let's go 1 more each side. And then drop both heels down nice and heavy. Soften your knees a little. Let's pick up that right foot. We're going to reach it all the way up towards the ceiling. Take a bend at the knee and let that foot glide across to the left. So just opening up through the front of that right hip. And we're going to take a big step with that right foot inside your hands. Okay, so hands frame your foot. Drop your left knee to mat. If you need to adjust that foot forward a little bit, you go for it. Now just really let your hips drop forward, open up across your chest there. All right, so nice stretch through the front of that left hip as you tuck your tailbone under. We're gonna take a little glide, shift your hips back, let your toes float up as you lengthen the back of that right knee, and then shift forward again, drop the hips. And again, glide it back, lift the toes, lengthen the knee, and then flatten that foot, drop the hips, lift the chest. Let's take 2 more glides there. And shift it forward, open. 1 more. And then shift it forward. Curl those toes behind you if they aren't already. Hover that knee, okay? So really stretch that leg away. We keep the left hand down as you reach that right arm up to the ceiling. Gaze follows those fingertips. Nice proud chest. Probably feeling a deep stretch in the outside of that right hip. Then let's reach that arm all the way behind. Again, looking towards those fingers, good opportunity to really open up across that right shoulder. And then let's cartwheel that hand all the way back to the floor. Big step back, right foot meets the left, take that little pedal out. 1 heel drops and then the other. Should be getting a bit more range than when we started. All right, let's drop both heels down nice and heavy there, soften the knees. We're gonna pick up that left foot, reach it up towards the ceiling, take a bend at the knee, let that foot fold to the right. So opening up the front of that left hip, fold that chest into thighs, and then big step through, left foot between the hands. Shuffle it forward if you need, drop the knee on the right. And then from there, let those hips really glide forward. So open your chest, open that right hip to the front, really tuck that bottom right under. It might fight you a little bit. So take some moment just to let go into that stretch. And then let's take that rock back. Lift the toes, stretch the back of the knee, and then shift it forward. Might feel pretty brutal stretching out the backs of those legs, can feel a little bit nervy. So this glide is a really good way to loosen up the back of the leg with a bit of a floss, as we call it. 2 more. Shift forward, drop the hips, bum back as you glide it back. Last glide back. Then let's shift it forward, tuck that bottom under again. Let's curl those toes on the right if you haven't already. Hover that knee, so with that nice active lunge, right hand stays down. This time we'll reach that left arm up. So gaze to those fingertips, drive that leg back, open up across your chest. Then we'll take that big reach, really open that shoulder as you reach those fingertips towards your left heel, gaze follows. And then we'll take that cartwheel up and over, hand finds the outside of that left foot. One more time, let's step that left heel back towards the right, fold that chest all the way in. And then we're gonna soften at the knees, drop them down to the mat, release your toes, send your hips back to your heels, create a little space for that belly and slide those hands away. Let's just take a roll side to side, feel your inner thigh, roll to center and then the other. And then open up your ribs, shifting one way and the other. Awesome. All right, then let's shift forward and set up with those hands under shoulders, knees underneath your hips. All right, now we want a nice proud chest. So lift that breastbone and then corkscrew those upper arm bones so armpits turn towards each other. Your left foot, I want you to cross it over your right ankle and then pick up your left knee and just open it out to the left, just about 1 to 2 inches. So you're in a turn out on the left, right knee is unchanged, but can you curl your right toes under so they find the floor? Now zipping up through your lower belly just a little bit, so it's like you're just tightening your belt 1 notch. That left leg, we're gonna lift that whole shape, maintaining that turn out, and then lower back down so your left ankle finds your right, and then we lift back up again. Okay, that's your movement. So it's like your donkey kick, but in a turn out. So you might find you're not going as high, okay, because you're working that hip in what can typically be a bit of a tight position. So you want to think about leading this movement from the knee, and you'll feel that work in the outside of that left hip, that's bang on. Your body might want to kind of shift over to that right side. Try and stay as centered as you can there. So don't let that right elbow buckle, and go for some good height as you lift and then lower. Back staying nice and flat the whole time. I'm going to add on lots of layers throughout this next sequence. If in doubt, know that you can always either take a break or come back to the previous layer if it all becomes a little bit too much. All right, let's start to add on a little bit. So next time you lift the leg up, hold it. It stays high. You bring that left knee towards your left shoulder, look towards it. Glide it back out to that lifted position and then lower it back down. Okay, so you lift. Let's cinch through that left waist. Send it back out behind you, lower down. All the while keeping the turn out. All right, so keep working that knee as high as you can. You might look very different to me doing this. You might have more or less range, that's okay. Work with what your hip and your strength will allow. All right, looks good. We're gonna add on again. Lifting that leg, we find that cinch. Send that leg back around, lower down to meet your right ankle, hold it there. Right toes are curled under. Find a hover. Knee comes just off the mat, lower back down. Find your lift, find your cinch. 3-part sequence, send it back. Lower the leg. Find your hover. You lower, find your lift and your cinch. Just keep that flowing, making the most of every movement. So getting some good height on the lift. Really narrow that waist, feel those left obliques start to kick in. And then keep that hover small. Okay, firing up through those right quads and your abs. Well done. Don't speed it up as the going gets tough. Keep that pace really consistent. We're gonna go for 3 more rounds like this. And we're gonna meet with those ankles together. 2 to go. Lift, look towards that knee. All right, last round. Then we're gonna bring the ankles to connect. It's just the hover, a little lift and lower, keeping that back really flat. Your gaze is just beyond your fingers, so not down towards your knee and not beyond the edge of your mat. Now you can just stay there or a little add-on. Okay, you find your hover, hold it. You find your leg lift, reconnect the ankles, lower the knee, step by step, hover, lift. Now that is not easy. I'm really feeling that in that right side as you stabilize and then find that lift. Let's go 4 more. We can do it. That knee gets to rest. In 3. Don't let those shoulders collapse on you now. Lift that breastbone. In 2. Last one. Let's lower that knee, it stays down. You lift up through that leg. We're gonna bring that knee around towards that shoulder and take little pulses there. Pull it in, pull it in. Look towards the knee, lift it a bit higher, get a little narrower. Really feel that connection in your left oblique. Let's go 6, and 5, it's not over, and 4, 3, 2, last one. Extend that leg all the way around, find parallel. So the leg is now straight, point through your toes, square off your hips. Now your hands are directly under shoulders, fingers reach forward. We're gonna tap those toes down towards the floor, flex your foot, point the toes, you lift the leg, narrow elbows, take a tricep press, and then you rise. Flex the foot, tap the floor, point the toes, you lift. Elbows narrow, tricep press, up you come. That's your little sequence. Now as you move here, it's like a little seesaw, chest down, leg high. Then our body is parallel as you find that tap and that lift. Wrap it in, press it up. Go at your pace here and work the range that your shoulders will allow. So you're really thinking, wrap the elbows and drive through the heels of the hands to get those triceps to really connect. We're gonna start to add on, of course. Lift up, your toes find the floor, hold them, so really anchor them. We're gonna pick up your hips, bring your right knee to your nose for a little pike. You lower the knee down, lift up through that leg, find your tricep. Rise, so lower the toes. Find your pike, knee to nose. Lower the knee, lift that left leg, tricep press. How fun. Lower it down, lift the hips, knee to nose, yes. And lower, you lift. How low can you go with your chest? And then how high can you go through your hips as you pull your knee into your nose? 3 more here. And then we meet in that pike. Let's go 2 more. Lift, wrap those elbows. Lower. Last one with that tricep press. They'll come back in later. You rise, lower the toes, find that pike with that knee tuck. Pulse that right knee to your nose. Pull and pull. Go 8, 7, lift, 6, 5, 4, it's not over, 3, 2, last one, drop the knee. Let's lift up through that left leg, point those toes, bend your elbows halfway down, lift the back leg as you go, pulse the chest. It's a teeny bend of the elbows, back leg lifts, give me 8, hold in 7, 6, 5, in 4, 3, 2, hold it there, back leg is up, wrap those elbows, pulse the leg for 8, 7, 6, you got it, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lower and lift. Let's take a little reprieve, legends. Bring that knee forward, open it out, sit the hips back, reach those arms forward. Whew. Take a little roll, release through those shoulders. It's just a little brief reprieve, don't get too comfortable. All right, because then when you're ready, we're gonna make our way back up. Bring those knees back underneath your hips, extend that left leg long, and then we're gonna take a pivot to your left. So you're gonna end up with your right hand under your shoulder, your right knee under your hip, and your left leg is long. Now square it off, so really stack the hips, open up your chest. You can have hand to hip, sometimes hand to ceiling is nice, just to kind of really encourage you to open up across your chest. Then from there, that left leg takes a float, taps back down, nothing else changes. All right, so we're really creating space between your right waist and the mat here. So no sinking. And don't worry too much about how high that left leg goes, okay? This is a tough angle to work from. So it might be coming up just to hip height, maybe just below. Or if you're flexy and you've got lots of strength, maybe beyond that hip height, you work with what you've got. Staying nice and light through that shoulder, so not collapsing down into it the whole time. Let's go for another 5, and then that leg is gonna stay up. In 4, you've got 3, and 2. Let's lift the leg up, point the toe, little circles around and around. Teacup size will do. Around you go, not many. Your gaze can be down towards those fingertips if you're starting to feel a little strain in your neck. 3 more this way. Let's go the other way. Long through that knee. Little teacups, open up that chest for 3 and 2 and 1. Now, we're gonna lower that foot to the floor, get full foot contact to the outside of that foot. Stretch that leg long. Then from there, we're gonna slide that right leg behind. You find yourself in a side plank, amazing. Let's lower that right knee back down to the mat. Lift that left leg. So you find the floor, slide that right leg behind, hold side plank. Lower that knee and lift. It's a progressive side plank, guys, so good. Anchor that foot, slide it behind. Arm can come up if you like. Bring that knee down and we lift. And again, 3 more here. Then we're gonna meet either in that side plank or just with that leg lifted for some pulses to finish. Into, you do you. All right, legends, pick your poison. Is it the side plank? Is it the leg lift? Hold it. Either option, we pulse, lift. And lift, stretch to come in 8 and 7 for 6. Let's go for it. 5 and 4, 3, 2. Last one, make your way down. Stagger those legs, so good. Bring your right foot in front of that left knee. Just open up that right hip a bit to the right. Reach those arms out wide. Take some relief through that right side. Left hand finds the mat. Reach that right arm up and over. Really lengthen, open up that right side. And then cartwheel up. Right hand finds the mat. Reach that left arm up and over. And again, lift tall. Let's go over to the left. You can stay with that cartwheel side to side, or we're gonna add on a little bit. Let's reach that right arm over, sweep that left arm in front. You can drive those hips forward. Give that left glute a squeeze to open up. Let that neck lengthen. And then drop it back down. Left hand finds the mat. Reach that right arm over. We'll take one more like that. Reach that right arm, left arm sweeps behind. And then open it up, squeeze that left glute, drive it forward. And then back you go, last one to the left. So good. And then coming up. Good, roll those shoulders, have a sip of water if you need. Then guys, we're gonna flip around, feet to the mat, knees pointing up towards the ceiling. And then let's make our way down onto our backs. All right, now we're gonna interlace those hands behind your head here. Elbows nice and wide, shoulders pressing down into the floor. Bring your attention to your pelvis. Let's find an imprint. So flattening through that back, tuck that tailbone. We're gonna roll those hips up into your bridge. Pause at the top, and then slowly roll back down piece by piece, all the way to that tailbone. Release at the bottom, and then we continue here. Now I am gonna add some movement through your chest shortly. If pregnant and you're at the point where that belly has really started to show, I'll get you to leave the chest curls out and just focus on the lower body, the bridge section, okay? Otherwise, we're gonna roll all the way down. Next time that tailbone hits the mat, pause there. We take a chest curl, we lift the chest up and away from the mat, you lower back down and then back to that bridge. Imprint, roll it up, tuck that tailbone. And then roll it back down, full release at the bottom. You take that single chest curl up, and then lower. So just continue to alternate between the two. Otherwise, just sticking with that bridge if that's the better option for you. Each time you take that chest curl, can you get a little higher? So really try and clear your shoulder blades up and off the mat, and aim your breastbone up and past your knees. Let's add a pulse at either end. So you're gonna roll up into your bridge at the top, hold it, release your tailbone 2 inches, lift back up, and then roll the ribs back down piece by piece. We find that chest curl, hold at the top, little pulse, down and up, and then down you come. So just adding that little extra height. You can always go that little bit higher in that pulse. Down you come. And then finding that chest curl. Lots of different movements going on through your spine here, which is fab. And just breathe, guys. I don't really mind too much when you breathe. Just make sure that you do. All right, this is our last round with our chest curl here. And then we're gonna meet at the top of that bridge and we're gonna hang out in that pulse. So rolling those hips all the way up into your bridge. And let's just stick with that pulse. Drop and lift, driving those knees forward, releasing the tailbone, then tucking to lift it back up again. Lift and lift. Just had to remind myself to put my big toes back down onto the floor. Let's go for another 8 here. And 7. With that preggy belly in play, you're gonna lower and then come back for a second round of hip pulses. In 4, 3, 2, last one. Let's ripple and roll back down, tailbone heavy. We're gonna find that chest curl. You curl that chest up, it's just those pulses, and lift, and lift. Think about really shortening that space from your ribs to your hips. You've got a good visual of your belly here as well. Belly button drops down towards your spine, lift, and lift. We're gonna go for another 6 here, and then hold your chest up. In 4, elbows wide, 3, in 2, last one, hold at preggies. You can join us, just lower your chest. We're gonna take one leg to tabletop, followed by the other, and hold it there. Squeeze your legs together. We lower the chest if you're taking that option. We lift the chest, you hold it. Let's extend your legs away, scoop through the belly, draw the legs back in. We lower the chest, and lift. Draw that belly down to your spine as you find leg extension, in it comes. So what's most important with that leg extension? I wanna see the legs straighten, but I want your back to stay still. So if you're finding that tricky, go a little higher through your legs, okay? A little higher, you'll be able to really keep that contact on the mat. Curl it up, reach it away. This can all be done with that chest down. Exhale, lift. Let's go for another 5 here, guys. Scoop that belly. Squeeze those legs together, and 4. There's that heat in that tummy. You've got 3. Don't yank on that neck. Let the abs do the work. We're gonna hold it up. In 2. Last one, can you hold it up? You might like to keep a hold of the head. Some people like to reach fingertips towards your heels. It's just your leg extension. On repeat, squeeze the legs together. Draw that belly to spine. Let's go 6 here. Curl that bit higher. And 5. You can keep a hold of the head if you like. Elbows wide. Hello, abdominals. 3 more. We're gonna hold the legs extended. In 2. You got it, legends. Last one, hold the legs extended. Point your toes, stretch the knees. Little swims. Kick, 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 kick. You've got 10, 9, 8, 7. Stretch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cross those ankles over. Woo. Pull the knees to chest. Have a little rock from side to side. Well done, Tums. All right, then we're gonna make our way up from there. Either roll to your side, or you can grab the back of those thighs, take a few little rocks along your spine, and then make your way all the way up from there. Have a little sip if you need. We're gonna even up that body. So let's sweep those legs around, guys. And we're gonna set up hands and knees, and then find your child's pose. So glide those hips back, slide the hands away. Take those little rocks like we did, rolling inner thighs in one at a time, as before. Finding your center, and then shift it forward. Take what you need. You might need a little cat stretch. You might little wag of your tail. Join us when you're ready. Hands under shoulders, lifting up across your chest, knees under hips. Your right ankle crosses over your left, and then you just shimmy your right knee out to the right, an inch or 2. Nothing else changes. Curl your left toes, I should say, on the mat. Okay, let's pick up that right leg, knee shin ankle, lift, and then lower back down. So you find turnout. Odds are this is gonna feel different on one side versus the other. Typically we'll have a bit of a tighter hip. So work the range that you can manage on this side, really thinking about leading from your knee. The rest will follow. Now have you started to kind of buckle over to the left? Push up out of that shoulder, center your chest as much as you can, and stay lifted, okay? Second half of our class, our session, you've got to work harder through your shoulders to not collapse, okay? They've done a bit, but don't let them give up on you now. Lift and lower. So good to work our hips in all these different positions while strengthening them, not just stretching them. Okay, let's add, you've got your lift, bring that knee to your shoulder, and then bring it back around, lower it down. So lift it high, cinch that right waist, look towards it, send it back, and then down it comes. Lift and cinch. Send it back and lower. Feel that right oblique. It's already done a bit after those side planks, so it shouldn't take much to really fire up. Draw it back, we're gonna start to layer. Let's lift, bring it round, send it back, lower, hold it, curl your left toes if they've crept out. You find your hover, you lower, back to your lift, and cinch. Send it back and lower. Find your hover. So 3-part sequence back in play. Lift, cinch, back it goes, lower and hover. Keep it going. Has your back started to round? I just needed to remind myself then to keep that length, keep it flat. Think about like reaching your breastbone forward, that helps. Lift, round it comes. Distracting myself looking at my beautiful rainbow nails, courtesy of my almost 4-year-old. I think they need a redo, a little bit chipped. All right, let's go 3 more rounds here. Lift. And little hover, 2 to go. Can you get a little narrower on that cinch? Yes. And hover. Last round here. Cinch, take it back. We're gonna connect the ankles. It's just that hover, guys. Let's go for it. Little lift and lower. Flat back. Gaze just beyond those fingertips. Stay here if that's enough. Keep the turn out through the right if you're up for more. It's a hover. Lift the leg. Lower, lower the knee. Notice I don't say drop because you're controlling the descent. We work in both directions. Lift, lift. Control lower and lower. 4 more. It's a tough one. And 3. Can you get the same height through that right leg in the hover as you did with the knee down? 2. It's not over. Last one. Lift, lower, lower the knee. Lift the leg, bring it round towards that right shoulder. Little pulses, pull it in. Pull it in. Can you corkscrew that knee a little higher as you bring it a bit closer? For 6, it's not over. 5, stay with me. 4, 3, look to the knee. 2, last one. Let's extend that leg all the way out behind you. Point your toe, knee faces down towards the mat now. Wrap your elbows in towards each other. We bring your toes down to tap the mat with a flex. Point your toes, they lift. Take that tricep press, bend the elbows, and then up you come. So find the floor with the toes, point the toes to lift. Wrap the elbows and rise. Step by step. Think of that seesaw, leg goes high, chest goes low. Up you come, lower the leg. Find that length through the leg, find the depth through your chest. You'll want to lean into that left shoulder, again reminding myself. Take some load in that right. Wrap the elbows so you feel them graze your ribs, yes, as you lower. And you might not get super deep, don't stress. Okay, with each rep you're getting stronger. Adding on. Toes find the floor, anchor them. Let's lift up through that belly, bring that left knee to your chest, point your toes. Lower the knee, lift that right leg, and then down you go. And rise, find the floor. Pike knee drive, and lower. Lift the leg, lower, and rise. So good, guys. Step by step. Go at your own pace. It's not about how many reps you do. It's about those quality reps. Let's go 4 more here. Then we're gonna meet in that little pike. In 3. In 2. Knee to nose. Last one, we'll come back to those triceps shortly. Let's find that knee drive. Hold it, little pulses, pull and pull. Let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5, stay with it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower that knee. Lift that back leg up, bend your elbows halfway. Little pulses down and down for 8, 7, 6, reprieve in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift it up, bring that knee in. Just take a set, guys. Slide those hands away. You can open out those knees a bit if you need. Take a little roll from side to side. So good. All right, then from there, let's bring ourselves back up. We're not quite done through this side. Joy. Let's extend that right leg out straight. Take a pivot to your right. Okay, so you're gonna end up left knee under hip, left hand under shoulder, and then just really extend that right leg out straight. Remember, hand can be at hip or up to the ceiling to kind of promote that nice proud chest. Okay, top leg, let's take that little lift and lower. Okay, remember it doesn't need to go crazy high. Okay, I don't need you to throw that limb around. Work with the range you've got. Lift and lower. Try and get that knee really long, so it's not a floppy limb. Not here long. Let's go 5 more and we'll hold it up. In 4, keep lifting away from the floor. Open that chest. 3. In 2, let's hold that leg at the top. Point your toes, stretch the knee, little circles around and around. Teacup size will do. Teeny tiny. 3 more this way. And the other way. Don't let that leg drop. I know it wants to. I am with you well and truly. 3 more. 2. Last one, hold it. Now you're gonna anchor that foot to the floor. Really press it down outside that foot in particular. Reach that arm up or to your hip, whatever you like. We're gonna thread that left leg behind. Hold that side plank for a moment. Bring that knee back down. Lift that right leg, amazing. Find the floor. Thread it behind. You are strong enough, give it a go. If that's not for you, you can just stick with that lift and lower of that right leg. Anchor the foot. This is a really great way to work on your progressions to side plank. And lift. 5 more. And then we're gonna meet in that side plank or with that leg lifted. 4 more. Thread it behind. You got it, guys. I know that left shoulder's talking too. So good for that shoulder strength. 2 to go. Obliques in action. Last one. Let's thread it behind or find that leg lift, pulse it to finish, guys. You got it. Just 8. There's that really nice stretch to come. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop those knees down. Oh yeah, delish. Let's stagger those legs, guys. Bring that left heel to your right knee. Slide that left bottom across the mat a little bit. Reach those arms out wide, sit tall. Let's give that left side some love. Hand to mat on the right. Reach that left arm up and over. Bicep by that ear. And then come up through that capital T. We'll go the other way. Left hand to mat, reach that right arm. And again, coming up and over to the right. Now remember, you can take that cartwheel again if that's for you. Otherwise, we're gonna take it a bit deeper. Reach that left arm up and over, sweep that right arm in front. Drive those hips forward, squeeze that right glute, push, push, push. And then lower back down. Left arm takes that cartwheel. And again, bring it over. Sweep that right arm in front, drive those hips forward. Drop it back down, hand to mat. Reach that left arm over. And then coming back up from there, roll those shoulders. Awesome, okay, now from here, we're gonna come over onto your front. So, making your way all the way down to your bellies. Now my preggies with a growing tum, you can do this whole sequence in your hinge position here, bum back, okay, exactly the same action through your arms. All right, otherwise, we're gonna make our way all the way down to your belly. Your arms are by your side. Now, if you're on your front, I want you to push your hips into the floor, okay, support that lower back. Your nose, your forehead hovers off the mat, so your neck is long. All right, your hands are up at hip height, and we're squeezing those shoulder blades together, okay? So find that connection. Lots of little creases on your shirt between your shoulder blades. Now from here, we're just gonna glide those arms out to a T. As you do, your palms will naturally wanna go towards the floor, let them. And then as you squeeze those arms back into your hips, your palms will rotate back up. So we glide out to that T, palms will go down. And then come back to your hip, thumbs will come alongside. Now your goal, I don't really mind about that shoulder rotation, let them do what they want to, but I want you to think about keeping that height pretty much the same as they glide out to the side and they squeeze back in. Like I said with the preggies, this can all be done in that hinge position. Keep that length through your spine, your tailbone back, your belly engaged. Brilliant. Working against gravity here, the weight of those arms gets heavy pretty quick, particularly with the work we've already done today. Let's go for 3 more. Spiraling and squeezing back in. Imagine you've got a couple of oranges under those armpits. As the arms come in, give them a good juice, give them a squeeze. Back out to that T 1 more time. Then let's bring those arms in at your hips, hold it. Neck is long, chin's tucked, squeeze those shoulders back. I want you to take a flip of your palms down, then flip your palms up. That movement comes from right up in your shoulder socket. So rotate the entire arm around, not just your hand and your wrist. We're going to keep going with that flip and start to migrate your arms as you do out towards that capital T and then back in towards your side. I'm starting to feel my upper back really working as well as those shoulders. That's good. Keep pushing those hips into the mat to support that lower back. And again, migrating out to the side. Squeeze and rotate. Shoulder blades back. Hands stay lifted. Ooh, it's a burner. Keep that neck long. There's that temptation to gaze forward. If you need to rest your forehead to the mat too, that's an option. Just take the pressure off your neck. Let's take one more journey back into the hips. And then we're going to meet with those arms out at that 90-90. In your capital T, palms face down, hold it. Can you pulse the arms up and up? They're like your long wings. Squeeze from the shoulders, the arms lift with the shoulder blades. Give me 8, 7, it's heavy, 6, 5, for 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, well done. Bring those hands under your forehead. Just turn your head to the side. Gosh, who would have thought? Just the weight of those arms really does the job. All right, bringing those hands back to your shoulders there, guys. Wrap the elbows, lift that chest, just find extension. Have a little twist, right shoulder back, left shoulder forward, and the other way. One more each side. Back through center, let's pike those hips to heels. Drop the tailbone, let that lower back really round out, which can feel funny after extension work. So just give it a second, just to decompress. Then let's walk those hands to your knees, toes curled under. We're going to make our way up to standing, finishing off with a bit of core and calf work as a little combo. All right, so we're all the way up in standing, feet directly under your hips and nice and parallel. Your legs are really straight. Often I encourage a soft bend at the knees. I want you to really straighten them, okay? Anchor those big toes, stack your shoulders over your ribs, over your hips. We're going to rise to your tippy toes and then lower those heels. 2 more times. Lift and lower. One more. Lift, whoop, and lower. Bend the knees, find the floor. You walk it out to a plank. Hands under shoulders, your legs dead straight. We're gonna rock your body forward and back 3 times. So now it's your calf raise in a plank. One more. Find center. Bend the knees, walk the hands in towards your feet, roll it up. Same again, okay? Let's just get that action. Lift to the toes, lower. It's okay if you wobble, okay? It is a balance exercise along with the calves, so working those ankle stabilizers. 3 calf raises. Come down, bend your knees, find a plank, long legs, 3 body rocks, forward and back. Really travel all the way forward, all the way back. One more, all the way back. Bend the knees, walk it up. We're gonna make our way up. We're gonna go for 5 calf raises at the top. Straight legs, lift and lower. And 4. Let's go for 3. Really lift, slowly down. And 2. Let's go for 1. Bend the knees, walk it out, find that plank and hold it. 5 rocks, forward and back. Through all 10 toes, big toe to pinkies. 3 more, right back. And 2, try not to pike your hips. It's just the body gliding forward and back. Find your center, bend the knees. Let's make our way all the way up, hands to hips, stand tall. 8, all right, lift and lower. For 7, calves should now be on. And 6, using those legs 50-50. 4 more. And 3, hold your gaze in front, it helps. 2, whoop, I say as I wobble. Last one. Bend the knees, walk it out, find your plank, hands under shoulders, legs long. 8 glides, forward and back. And 7. And 6, stretch those legs. And 5. And 4, lift that chest. 3, you got 1 more round after this, guys. 2, I think you know where we're going. Last one, bend the knees, bring it up, of course. Nice round number, let's finish off with 10 at the top. Lift and lower, take your time, don't speed it up. And 8, draw those kneecaps up. And 6, let's go 5, hold your gaze. 4, hello calves. 3, so good for us. 2, Last one, slowly lower. Make your way to your last plank, guys. Solid through the shoulders, legs and abs. 10 glides. Stay with me. 9. Try not to pike the hips. Tuck that tailbone. 6 to go. Parallel heels, big travel. Big journey I'm looking for. 4. We're gonna hold in 3. We are gonna make our way off the wrists in 2. Last one, find center, don't drop if you can help it. Let's bring those forearms down to the mat. Find that plank, elbows under shoulders, legs long. We're gonna finish off strong. Right knee taps the mat and lift. Left leg taps and lift. Keep that going, a slight regression. Kneeling plank, you lift from there. Alternating those legs, there's something for everyone. You stick with what suits you. 8 to go. The last 6, maybe it's doubles. Drop and lift. Let's go 5. Lift that chest for 4. You got it, legends. And 3, the hard work is nearly done. 2, little hold to go. Hold it there, guys. Tuck that tailbone. Chest proud. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew, we made it. Open out those knees. Sit those hips right back. Let's go palms up and chest down. Shift the ribs side to side. So good. And then let's go palms down, bring the knees a little narrower. Let that chest drop as your hips lift high. So really create that slope from tailbone to breastbone, all the way down, wide through those sit bones behind you. Let's come onto your bottom. Just sweep those feet around. We're gonna cross that right foot over your left knee. And then just bring that left foot a bit closer to your bottom. Sit tall, press that knee out to the side. Take a few little rocks. Just deepening that stretch through that right glute. And then swap it over. Let's bring that left foot over the right. Oh yeah, press the knee away. Little rocks. Great work, guys. Full body sesh today, so good. You must be feeling great. All right, then releasing that stretch. Give yourselves a pat on the back. Well done.